right. Well, just out of the gate, obviously, big news with Seth. Just what was the vibes at practice and the morale when you see him go down?
I mean, it's obviously heartbreaking for a player like that with his potential and the accolades he had set up for him. But I mean, you just got to go up to the next person, and then we just got to give him all the prayers and everything that he needs to keep going and to get to that next step in his life. But nothing but prayers for him, honestly. It's sad.
And it happens just before another top five matchup. We saw the adjustments made for the Penn State game after you lose Josh Simmons, and now another one before Indiana. Just looking at how depth is going to be key down the stretch of an extended playoff, how has been rotating and putting in more depth has been key here.
I mean, when you're at Ohio State, you have the best versus the best every day. So I feel like everybody kind of gets that next step, and everybody kind of plays into that. They want to know like if they get that role, they're already ready for it. So I feel like we got all the depth that we need, and we have all the players ready for it. So I think just plugging and putting the spots that we need to, and just keep playing our game. It's all about us.
Speaking of playing up against the best, you can't hit your quarterback at practice, but Will Howard is a third in efficiency throughout the nation. Number two is Rourke, who you'll be up against in Indiana. Looking at that Michigan game and seeing where they could have had some weaker moments, how key was that game in that those are your two following opponents down the stretch?
I mean, having them two as our last two opponents and seeing how they just played each other last week kind of just gives us insight of what we have ahead and what we can do and how we can play it. So, I mean, just taking it all in at one time and not looking ahead.
And what have you seen about Rourke in particular and the games they've played? They haven't had the competition that you guys have faced to this point, but maybe that Michigan game may have exposed something for you.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to all that stuff, it's kind of just about us. We don't really look ahead or kind of see anybody differently. It's kind of more just how we play, and if we play good, then it should show.
It's about us. I've been hearing your coaches say that throughout the season, and at every press conference, Jim Knowles doesn't want to hear how good you guys are doing. You guys are the number one scoring defense in the country, and you guys have not allowed a single touchdown in the third quarter. And he quickly shushes that up. He doesn't want you guys getting complacent. So, how has the practice been? I keep hearing that it's harder and harder down the stretch, but keeping the coaches keeping you guys accountable.
Yeah, I mean, we're just pushing each other every day to be the best. I mean, we got to push each other to get better, and then we're just trying to rise against every other team. We're just trying to practice harder than they are that day. So I feel like it kind of pays off, and we're just going as hard as we can.
And finally, this practice, you guys did hear about the injury to Seth earlier in practice, but looking through today, what have you guys noticed particularly? You don't have to share anything at that point, but what has it been working? You guys made some moves, particularly on that offensive line, but the energy at practice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on offense, so I can't really help you there. But I mean, I know Seth's still great-minded. I mean, he still looks forward to things, and like he's not like going all down about it. I mean, he has all his brothers here. We all love him, and he loves us. So I mean, we'll embrace him and we'll hug on him, and we'll just try to make him feel the best he can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Best of luck this weekend.
Take care.